Good morning. I'm sorry we missed last week. We got a bit busy and got to the afternoon and realised that we hadn't put any videos on the group, so apologies. Now today this is going to be a very different one because I'm not doing anything to do with incenses or smudge or herbs or anything like that. One of the things that we decided that we were going to do when we gave up the shop was go back to making a lot of our own things. When we had the market stall, I used to make quite a lot of stuff: runes, witch stones, fairy doors, cards. Tony used to make cards, and slowly when we took over the shop, that gradually dwindled, sadly. Now we've had so much leisure time on our hands, we have been making things, but also with the change in the emphasis at the stall, we wanted to do a lot less sort of commercial box shifting and a lot more sharing of crafts. And so, you know, I've been making altered bottles and various things. And one of the things that I've recently discovered is junk journaling. Now, I've told this to one or two of my friends and they've said, what's junk journaling? Well, quite simply, it's making books using junk. And it does appeal to our sense of eco-friendliness, because you can use up a lot of the junk that you accumulate in your house. One of the obvious things is junk mail, brown paper bags, card. If you're a bit of a hoarder like me, you don't want to get rid of a pretty piece of card or a pretty piece of paper or an attractive napkin, paper napkin. And junk journaling is a way to use all those things up. Obviously they don't just use junk, because there are some small-scale artists out there who are making beautiful artwork that you can print and use either personally or commercially. So not all of it is made out of junk. So what this is, I've made 3 journals, I think. 2 for me, just as a sort of practice pieces. One was a Yule journal, and the other one was a fairy fantasy journal, and one sort of Halloween dark style journal that I gave as a Christmas gift for a friend. And then I think I've got a little bit more practiced, and so I'm doing this one. I'm going to offer it for sale. I hesitate to say it's a grimoire because it's not that big, but it's a kind of witchy journal with lots of information in it, lots of basic information in it that you can use as reference or that you can use as prompts for more research. It's made out of card. It's made from scratch. The book is made from scratch. It's made out of 180 GSM card. It's faced with faux leather. It's got to have a cover put on it yet, but I'm waiting for inspiration for that. It's got a single signature inside of 14 pages, giving 28, or 14 sheets, giving 28 sides, which gives 56 sides. It's a single signature, and it's bound with a three-hole pamphlet stitch with bookmaker's twine, waxed sturdy twine. So that's the cover. It's leap inside, and here we have, this is from a digital kit. This is a representation of the zodiacal signs. Here we have the wheel of the year, or the 8 Sabbats. On this page we have a gathering of, I suppose, magical folk around a fire in a grove. And we have a piece of paper here showing the elemental correspondences. All the things that have been printed are printed on tea-dyed paper, which has been antiqued with ink. So you have that in your first tuck spot. Then we have a removable envelope. I've still got to put some charms on this journal. A removable envelope which contains some goodies, a little piece of writing paper for secret journaling spot, and we have a copy of the magical alphabet, the Theban script. Again, that's for reference. A lot of people use the Theban script in magic because they believe the letters and the words have their own intrinsic power. So you can leave that in, you can remove it, you can move it around the journal depending on where you'd like it to be. You can play around with these journals and rearrange them, add extra things in, lots and lots of space for writing your notes and your research. Edith Holden pages, some more writing space, lovely stamp that I discovered that I'd not used. More writing pages or drawing pages even. The pentacle with the placement of the elements around it. And here we have another tuck spot decorated with book page and stamps. And here we have the runes. Again, they're very brief meanings, and you can use the back to write on if you wish, or you can deepen your own research. We have just a fun tag here with a bit of journaling space on the back, and there are a number of these herb cards. Again, they're all printed on tea-dyed and antiqued paper, and this one's Rowan. There are a number of those throughout the journal. This is from a digi-kit. And here we have what's called a belly band, and in there we have a little booklet with plain and line pages for you to do your own notes on. Some stamps, some stencils, a bit of antique lace, and here's I suppose a palmistry diagram which shows the lines of the hand and the mounds of the hand. Again, it's for reference. You can do your own research, study your own palm. More stamping, another bit of crochet, another tuck spot with some vintage lace. We have day of the week correspondences. We have another of those herb sheets and a fun tag. This was a piece of writing paper that had the runes around it, but I've antiqued it and the colours have run, so it looks quite nice. Tuck spot again, you'll find one or two little bits of charm, old charm in there. There's the invoking and banishing pentacles for the elements for when you cast your circle. And here's the centre spread, and again you've got a parchment envelope which has got a little bit of journaling paper in there, the stamp, and here we've got a little pocket with an illustration that I am very fond of. It's got three witches around a cauldron over a fire. They're accompanied by their three black cats, and the title is An Evening with Friends, so I like that very much. Lots more of the herb sheets, elecampane, hazel and hawthorn in there. More journaling space, and we have another old charm here, decorated with a bit of bling. Nice tag which has the placement of the planets on the back, the sequence of the planets. And here we have a sheet of colour correspondences. Correspondences really, I think, are the building blocks of magic, and the more you get a handle on those, the better you'll do. And then we have the planetary correspondences, all on vintage paper that's been made to look vintage. More stamping, another herb sheet, a little bit of extra writing paper. There's still one or two things that need to go in this journal. Some more information, some more and some charms. Here we've got it's called a double leg pocket. It's got a little tag in it, bats on the back, a little bit of journaling paper, another herb sheet, so all those in there, and there's room to tuck extra. I'll put those back later. Still some plain paper. Here's another removable envelope, and so far I think all I've got in this is another little bit of journaling paper. That's an envelope printed on parchment paper. More writing space, the other half of the Edith Holden page, and then we've got an upper tuck spot with the signs of the zodiac and their corresponding colours, and another herb sheet, a bit of spider's web that's been embossed, and then finally at the end we've got the Wiccan reed and another illustration. So there are things to be added to it, but it's almost ready to go. It'll go on the stall, I think, unless of course, you know, I do post a picture and anybody claims it before then, but the idea is that when eventually we get to go out to events, there will be hopefully more of these on the stall, although I have to say they do take quite a long time to construct, but I enjoy it, so that's the main thing. So it needs a cover, it needs some more charms, probably needs some more bits of information, but that's it, well on the way. Okay, thank you. I'd appreciate knowing, maybe, if you have any thoughts on it. I'd appreciate knowing them. Okay, thanks.